Dub Nation, I am as disappointed and unsatisfied as you are with the Golden State Warriors' actions at the 2026 NBA trade deadline. If there's one thing I know about this roster, is that it still needs to improve if they want to make a playoff run like Steve Kerr is saying. So on today's show, we're going to break down 5 buyout targets for your Golden State Warriors, who they could sign on the open market right now. Before we do, go down in the comment section and let me know your grade for the Warriors trade deadline. A, B, C, D, or F. And I'm expecting a good portion of those comments to come for the last 2 of those grades. All right, because honestly, it was uninspiring. It was disappointing. It was disrespectful to one Wardell Stephen Curry when the Warriors traded Jonathan Kuminga and Buddy Hield for Kristaps Porzingis, a player who has played 17 out of 52 games this season. And then they went out and made a trade of Trey Jackson Davis for a second-round pick, something you would think would be a precursor for another move, but that was the final move the Golden State Warriors made. No action on deadline day. It was pretty disappointing, and it feels like the Warriors front office punted this season. I got on my soapbox about it already. I ranted at Joe Lacob. You guys can look at our last video that we posted on the channel. This whole last 7 years have been an absolute disappointment for the Golden State Warriors. Outside of the ring that they got in 2022, no thanks to Joe Lacob. So what's the point in signing anybody anymore, right? Like, this team stinks. I know they won. I know they won last night against Phoenix. I get it. That's not going to last forever. You're not going to get 20 points on really efficient three-point shooting from Pat Spencer every single game. Trust me, you're not. So it's unfortunate the way that this season has gone, but you still got to go out there and fight. And we know the Golden State Warriors are going to go out there and try to make an impact on this market. So what do they need? Well, everything. They can kind of use whatever's out there. Best player available on the buyout market, Golden State should go out there and target. Oh, yeah, what else they need? They need Joe Lacob to sell the damn team because he's a disgrace to front office and ownership around the league, to be quite frank. All right, so let's get into it, man. Warriors buyout targets. Starting off with number 1, Cam Thomas. And I'm telling you guys right now, this is the best player on the buyout market, bar none. You're not finding somebody in free agency in February 2026 who's averaging 15.6 points per game. You're just not at the end of the day. Now, the efficiencies are not there. He's sub 40% from the field, sub 33% from 3, but he's playing on a bad Brooklyn Nets team. It's not gonna. We're not acting like Cam Thomas is getting good shots left and right out there. So if you compare him to a Warriors team where there's a ton of gravity coming towards Steph, I feel like Cam Thomas is going to have a lot more opportunities to get wide open shots. And what do the Warriors need? They need players who can dribble and they can score because they don't have enough guys in the roster right now that can do that. I mean, Pods can do it. Not well. DeAnthony Melton can do it, not to an elite level. If DeAnthony Melton's your second best on-the-ball scorer, we got serious issues that I don't even know if Cam Thomas could fix. Now, coming up next, we got Chris Boucher, who was traded from the Boston Celtics to the Utah Jazz, but he has been informed that he will be getting waived by Utah. Now, Chris Boucher has only played in 8 games this season for Boston and has only played 4 minutes since Thanksgiving. So what he did in 2024-2025 was pretty impressive, to be quite honest with you guys. 10 points a game, 4.5 boards, 36% from 3, around league average, and he was really efficient from the floor as well. Not going to sit here and act like he's an elite rebounder or an elite defender by any means, but this is a guy who also began his career in Golden State as an undrafted free agent, and he got a raw deal in Boston. He got signed late in the offseason, but it seemed like the Celtics were going to have a big role for him. They didn't, but I think Chris Boucher, at age 33, still has a good bit of gas left in the tank here for Golden State to go out there and utilize. So I'd be in favor of bringing Chris Boucher to the Bay Area. Now, coming up next, we got 3 more targets. But first, I got to tell you guys about our sponsor on the program, and that's Rocket Money. Look, man, I'm the worst spender in the world. I'm constantly stressing about my finances month to month, and I spend too much time worrying about it. So I downloaded Rocket Money to make it easier and more stress-free in my life. Rocket Money is a personal finance app that helps find and cancel your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps lower your bills so you can grow your savings. Rocket Money tracks subscriptions and has the ability to cancel within the app with just a few taps, saving time and avoiding charges. No joke with you guys. I subscribe to the same streaming service on 2 different accounts. Why was I doing that? I have no idea, but Rocket Money pointed it out for me, and they helped me cancel it. They also consolidate checking accounts, savings accounts, loans, and investments into a single dashboard to give users a clear view of their financial picture. They have automated savings settings that grow towards goals with adjustable amounts and frequency. It's got a set it and forget it approach. Rocket Money takes care of all of your financial needs. So let Rocket Money help you reach your financial goals faster. Join at rocketmoney.com/warriorschat. That's rocketmoney.com/warriorschat. rocketmoney.com/warriorschat. And all that information is clickable down in the comments section and description of today's video. All right, we got to move on to our next target here in Lonzo Ball. Yes, rocking out ZO2s. If you were in high school in 2016, this would be an awesome signing for your Golden State Warriors. But is Lonzo Ball the same player that he was at Chino Hills and at UCLA in his first couple of seasons with the LA Lakers? Well, no, not really, to be honest with you. 4.6 points per game this year, 4 rebounds, 4 assists. Like, these are like if Draymond Green was not good. He has dealt with a handful of injuries, specifically in the lower body, and I know those efficiencies that you're looking at on screen are not good either. But Lonzo is a player who has been rumored to have some interest from Golden State. Jake Fisher, way back when last offseason, when the Bulls were talked about as a potential landing spot for Jonathan Kuminga in a sign-and-trade, he said that the Warriors would have, quote-unquote, liked Lonzo in a sign-and-trade. So this may be some interest there. Maybe they could reclaim him a little bit and he could get a little bit more of an opportunity and get his legs back under him because the output that he's had this season has not been too great. That's going to remain the same for Pat Connaughton, who really has fallen from grace since being one of the Milwaukee Bucks snipers in that championship run back in 2021. This season, it's been brutal. He hasn't got much burn with the Charlotte Hornets. 3 points per game. He's still shooting well from three-point range. One thing we know about Connaughton is he can still light it up from deep. He's not going to defend it all, but with the Warriors losing Buddy Hield, I wouldn't mind this signing for Golden State. But at the end of the day, guys, I'm grasping at straws here. It's the buyout market. These names are not going to be glamorous. They're getting waived from their franchises. So you're not going to find, any LeBron Jameses on the buyout market this time around. So Connaughton's a name that I wouldn't be upset about, but I think there's some other options on this list that are a little bit better. George Niang is one of them, but George Niang is also injured right now. Niang is a guy who actually put up pretty solid production back in 2024-25, but he has not seen the floor yet in 2025-2026. With with Atlanta last year, he averaged 10 points per game, 3 rebounds, shot 41% from long range. I mean, also, I'll say this about George Niang. I think he's the winningest player in the NBA since 2020 when you combine the playoffs and regular season. The guy just wins basketball games. So if Golden State's looking to do that, might as well bring him into this Bay Area culture. Now, he is still hurt. He's got a foot / lower body injury going on, like metatarsal thing he has. And he says that he's, quote, week to week. So feels like to me, with this injury coming, late last year, like he might be milking this a little bit and be ready to kind of play wherever he ends up, landing. Whenever he feels like it. So I don't anticipate this injury being something that keeps him out long term. Wouldn't take me away from signing him here. And look, the Dubs love bringing in injured guys. They just traded for Kristaps Porzingis, for God's sakes. So who cares if they bring in another one in George Niang here? What's one more at the end of the day? With that being said, who's your guy? Name a player. The Warriors should sign an NBA free agency off of the buyout market here. They can't sign guys like Chris Middleton because they are an apron team. So anybody making more than $14 million in their previous contract would not be able to be signed by Golden State. Name a player the Warriors should sign here in the buyout market down below. As that will do it for today's show. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel, youtube.com/WarriorsTV, for the latest and greatest on your Dubs the rest of this season and beyond. We'll see you guys next time, and as always, let's go Dubs.